Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to our weekly Kaguya-Sama Season 2 discussion video. Today we're here to talk all about Episode 3, but before we get into the video proper, I do, as always, have to give a big thank you to those of you who shared last week's video over on Twitter. At HarrisonKVGC, at Bubba Lubber, at JName, at Gray Likes Mochi, at Sirius9752, at AnimeFan3535, at Blue Rose Enigma, and at DarkFirePlayer4. Thank you all so much for sharing last week's video over on Twitter, everybody, and if you too would like to have your name shouted out in next week's Kaguya-Sama video, then be sure to share this video around on the internet, and then tag me at JoJo Talks Much over on Twitter, and I will be sure to shout your name out in next week's video. Okay, so do you all remember back when I talked about episode 1 when I said that the last season was a bit interesting for me for Kaguya because each episode had about 3 skits per episode, 3 little like vignettes, and of the 3, 2 would have me dying laughing and 1 would just sort of not land. It would be either kind of funny or not like bust a gut funny or it just wouldn't land at all. Now that we are on episode 3 of season 2, I am happy to say, instead of just the 3 bits in the episode themselves, now it's a much grander scale. Now it's the episodes themselves that have me busting a gut laughing, with 1 of the 3 just not being quite laugh out loud funny, but still genuinely kind of funny. And that's genuinely really impressive because it means that, like in episode 1 as an example, I was dying the entire episode. I thought it was super funny, Kaguya at its height. Episode 2 was funny. It was more cute than funny, but it was still funny, but it wasn't like laugh out loud funny. And I was like, okay, so we're kind of back to season 1, I guess. But then this episode, not only did it nail the comedy, not only did it hit it out of the park with the humor, but it kind of got me all up in my feelings a little bit. Honestly, I kind of felt like the Grinch in that Jim Carrey reboot of the Grinch, where it was like, oh no, I'm feeling. Like, that's kind of what it was. Like, I felt like a Kaguya character, where I was like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be laughing, but I'm feeling such strong emotions. Am I gonna cry? Am I gonna cry right now? Like, it was a lot. I was genuinely kind of surprised. So I gotta say, we're on episode 3. And I like season 1 of Kaguya. I would go so far as to say I love season 1 of Kaguya. I think it's really funny. I think it has charming moments, but some of the jokes just didn't land quite as well as they seem to be doing in season 2. I think season 2 Kaguya has just figured out what worked, ran with it, and it's hit the ground running. Kaguya season 2, we're only on episode 3. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's easily gonna surpass season 1. And I really like season 1. In fact, again, I would dare say love season 1. But season 2, hitting a little bit harder. In fact, let's go ahead and talk about why it's hitting so hard. And I gotta say, I think it's just, especially with this episode in particular, it's the blend of genuine human emotion with the comedy shonen battle-esque shenanigans of the show, and its genuine sense of comedy. It has genuinely good comedic moments, especially in this episode. There's moments here that really make you go, like, not only is the comedy working, the reason the comedy is working is because the characters matter. It's a comedy where my favorite type of comedy is situational between characters, where the comedy works because of who those characters are and their interactions between each other. That is why Kaguya works so well, especially in this episode, because this episode is basically, look at Shirogane be a big dork. Like, just look at Shirogane be a big, lovable dork. And in this episode in particular, it's not only do we see, by the way, my boy clearly and proudly showing off the fan from the last episode. Not only is he showing off the fan like a big love-drunk teenager, but he is honestly genuinely comedic in just how excited he is about the Harvest Moon. Not the video game series, the actual moon, but it would be really funny if he was just that excited about Harvest Moon, the game. But he's it turns out that Shirogane is genuinely really interested in astronomy. He's had a fascination with not only just the moon and stars, but sort of celestial bodies. He's had an interest in the stars and space and the moon and different planets, and he wants to be an astronomer when he's, older. I think that's honestly kind of nice. It does explain a lot about the ED. Now, I don't remember if Shirogane has has shown an interest in astronomy. I could be like misremembering, but genuinely, like, it wasn't like a surprise because I'm like, yeah, Shirogane being like super passionate about something like astronomy does fit the character. And I don't know, it was a nice little like character beat for Shirogane that he could get so enthralled by something like the moon that he actually gets the others to like come with him, and he excitedly shows off like, okay, so like this is how we're gonna do this. Like make sure that you call your parents, let them know that you're gonna be here late. I'm really excited to show you guys this. It's gonna be really exciting. It's just really, really cute. But of course, the most interesting part of Shirogane's whole I almost called it astrology. Totally different thing. The most interesting part of Shirogane's obsession with astronomy is how it basically gives him, or at least allows him to tap into Ultra Instinct as it pertains to Kaguya. Because basically, if you're not aware, Ultra Instinct is a form that makes Goku just go on instinct, and he's able to dodge punches like nobody's business. And here, this is what I would call Shirogane's Ultra Instinct mode, and that's basically his moon immunity. His mooninity. That's a word that you may use. His mooninity, aka his mooninity technique, is basically just he gets so enraptured by the stars and the moon, and he's so smitten with it that he's able to pull out some slick as hell moves, and he gets Kaguya feeling all sorts of different ways. And I was thinking that, like, honestly, a part of me is just like, it could happen. It could happen here. Like, I know it's early, but like, it could happen. The show wanted to. They could have it happen. This was the closest I think Shirogane has ever gotten, until later in the episode, the closest Shirogane has gotten. Well, no, that time Kaguya was sick. This is the second closest time Shirogane has ever gotten Kaguya to confessing, as far as I'm concerned. And because this was like he gave her the jacket, which, by the way, like S tier move, given the jacket, you know. That works if you're a guy or a girl. Like just S tier move. And then this dude is like, here, let me show you. And like oh, is this like, and he kind of like pulls her in close. And he shows her, he's just like, if you put your hand there, you can kind of see the stars. Oh, you can't see it from that angle, don't worry. And he pulls her down, so they're laying down, looking at the stars, and I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. Shirogane's gonna win. Like, I just assume, like Kaguya's gonna lose, she's gonna confess, because she's gonna get all flustered, blah, blah, blah. No, of course not. Of course that doesn't happen, because we still got, like, however many episodes left to go. It ain't ending here, but it was close. And then they hit you with the Princess Kaguya story. And if you don't know, this is the story of the princess who has to go back to the moon, and she leaves behind her lover. She gives her lover an elixir that's supposedly supposed to make him immortal, but he throws the elixir into the fire because he wouldn't want to live an eternity without her. And it's a really sweet story. And it's interesting how it relates to our Kaguya and their love story, especially given what Ishigami says in the latter half of the episode, being this whole like separation between Shirogane and Kaguya, which is inevitably going to happen. But the idea that he's not going to be Student Council Prez anymore, or at least he didn't really want to be. It wasn't initially on the radar. So the whole Princess Kaguya story really did parallel nicely. And this eventually leads to Kaguya getting super flustered. She runs away. And Shirogane loses that round. I don't know how, but he lost. Weird. However, we got to talk about the next part of the episode. Now, early into this skit, Ishigami points out that the committee is going to be disbanded. And I was like, wow, that's kind of early. But yeah, the more I think about it, like, given where they are timeline-wise, like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, Shirogane would want to step down. He's officially been, you know, like, he's been president for long enough. He's willing to step down as student council president. It's a lot of work, man. Like, we've seen how much work Shirogane puts into this. Plus work, plus home, like, plus studies. Like, the dude is incredibly busy. If he wanted to step down, I wouldn't blame him. I don't know how the show would have gone forward if he did step down. And there's like a potential that maybe he's gonna have like a rival for the presidency. I don't super know, because there's like a new character. Holy shit, there's a new character. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, there's like a new character like looking at the like sign up sheets for nominees for student council. I believe they're one of the new characters on the poster, the girl with like the yellow armband thing. Regardless, we're gonna save thoughts about the new girl for when she shows up. For now, I gotta say that this is another moment that really got me. Not only do you have the comedy between Chika saying Miyuki, and I loved Ishigami's Mew-senpai. Mew-senpai? Oh my god. Like, when I heard that, I'm like, that's adorable. That is, oh my god, that's how close those two have gotten. I love it. But not only that, it was the not only do you have the comedy in that moment, but Kaguya not being able to let go. Like, not being able to call him Shirogane. Like, she does say it, but it doesn't feel right to her, right? That's president. That's the prez. Like, that's her boy, right? And she doesn't want their dynamic to change. She wants things to stay the same, which is a very teenage outlook, but also a very human outlook. She doesn't want things to be different. She wants things to stay the way they were. And again, this is why I think Kaguya works so well, is because when you're laughing, you're laughing. But when it gets in your emotions, you are really in your emotions. Like, I was feeling some kind of way. And when Kaguya reaches out and grabs Shirogane's arm, first of all, I'm just like, I am on a knife's edge with this confession thing. Like, this show is still, we are on season 2, episode 3, and I'm still like, it could happen at any second. It could totally happen. I'm an idiot for thinking that. But like, I still feel that way. Like, at every point, I'm like, is this it? Is this it? I don't know. But what I loved is that in that moment, I thought for a second that she was gonna be like, don't leave, and then just confess. But no, instead she's like, can I be selfish? Just be president. Just be president, please. And he's like, what do you think this is? And it's a slip that says that he was gonna like reapply to be president again, which is like super duper sweet. Only made sweeter by 2 things. 1, my boy finally wins. 2, he wasn't really planning on it, and the only reason he had filled it out on the off chance that he would change his mind. But when Kaguya asked him, that's when he's like, this is a prime opportunity for me to show what I am made of. My boy, Shirogane, best boy. Well, Ishigami, best boy. But Shirogane, Shirogane's a good boy. With that said, everybody, I'm gonna wrap up my thoughts here. I loved it. Kaguya has been hitting it I mean, Kaguya always hits, but like, it's been hitting this season for me. Like, it's really gotten me a handful of times. Question of the day today: what is your favorite Kaguya moment? Since we did get that little clip show in this episode, what's your favorite Kaguya moment so far? Your favorite skit specifically. What is your favorite Kaguya skit? Let me know in the comments below. And that's gonna do it for today's video, everybody. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then by all means hitting that like button and leaving a comment down below is a great way to help out this channel, as it pleases the almighty YouTube algorithm. So if you choose to do so, kudos to you. And if you're feeling extra supportive today, you can go ahead and check out all the links in the description. One goes to my Twitter, another one is to our Discord server, another one to our merch store if you feel like grabbing yourself a mug, and of course, our Patreon page. And speaking of the Patreon page, I do want to give a big thank you to those of you in the T Squadron who support this channel month to month. Let's go ahead and do the Earl Grey shoutouts. Izevi, Andrew W, Branson C, Bria Rose, Calvin A, Crowbar of Irony, Daniel G, Digger the Fox, Dominic G, Emily, Ionos, Urza, Ginkotaku, Godzilla Fan, No For Nothing, Maria T, Marshall B, Mater, Mirth Mouser, Cell, Shadow Creative, Stephen G, Sakochi, The Suavest Orange, Tristan G, and Veridon. Thanks so much for your continued support over on Patreon, everybody, and if you too would like to join the T Squadron, then be sure to check out the first link in the description to check out our Patreon page. That is a huge way to support the channel. And again, be sure to check out the other stuff in the Discord as well. Go join our Discord. It is now public. You can all join. Everybody can hop in the Discord. Follow me on Twitter if you want me to ramble at you even more. And until next time, you stay classy, AnyTube, and wash your dang hands.